Hi there! Welcome to Cook Local, Eat Local, the podcast where you can find inspiration, tips, and recipes for enjoying more local food and drink. I am David Crowley, your host. In today's episode, we'll be talking with Nancy Pack, the CEO of Walden Local Meat, and Chris Freeman, the CEO of Be Good, about an exciting new partnership that they have developed. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Chris. Welcome to Cook Local, Eat Local.
Thank you, David. Great to be here. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's great to have you both. I'm fans of both of your companies, all the tasty goodness we can get from both of you, but not everyone joining us is, of course. So I thought we could just start out just with a little bit of both of your companies, shorter, at least relatively short version of your story and what you offer to customers. Nancy, you want to kick us off with that? Tell us a little bit about Walden.
Absolutely. Thank you. So Walden Local is, a unique, very hyper-local New England, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area business. It's an online meat share business or model, and you're able to pick different cuts of different proteins. Everything is grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised. Walden Local has a deep commitment to sustainability, animal welfare, and the meat and the food that we offer is, bar none, delicious, very, very good for you, very healthy. And it's, we're excited that we're able to have partnerships such as with Be Good and just get more of our great food to more people in more places. And this is our 10-year anniversary.
Oh, 10 years. Okay, I was going to ask. And you cover, I sort of a rough idea, you are in New England, throughout New England, or where you delivering your?
Yes, from southern Maine to pretty much about northern New Jersey, although we continue to expand all in that tri-state area. So New England plus tri-state New York.
Okay, great. Chris, let's hear a little bit about Be Good.
Hey, David, thanks for having me. Nancy, good to see you again. Be Good's been around since 2004. It's a Boston staple. So the chain started, two local entrepreneurs started the company back in 2004. I personally have been at the helm for the last 2 years. We have 13 locations. It's a restaurant group. We specialize in farm to table, fast casual. So not so much sit down table service, but not drive through fast food. It's somewhere in between. Mm-hmm. We have everything ranging from the elevated burgers, which we're going to talk about today, farm to table, grass finished. We'll talk about our, separately from the burger lineup, we have a sandwich line. We've got smoothies, warm bowls, and salads. The 13 locations span from most are in greater Boston. We have, and then we go all the way north. We have one in Concord, New Hampshire, also South Portland, Maine, a couple in Boston Logan Airport. So as people are traveling, they'll see us there as well.
Great. I think that is actually the most recent time that I've had something at Be Good was at the airport, a flight delay and looking for something good to eat. Often you're not eating super healthfully when you're at an airport. So it's great that you're there. So nice.
You know, that's exactly why we wanted to be in the airport. It's a very sparse or infrequent type of restaurant inside of an airport. So yeah, healthy eating on the go. Exactly.
Great. Well, I want to, we might circle back to a little bit more of some of the nuances of both of your companies, but we are here to talk about a exciting new partnership. I think it's pretty new. So, Chris, I don't know if you want to kick us off what that looks like, what you're serving up now through this partnership at Be Good.
Yeah, I think, from our perspective, when I first joined, like I said in the beginning, I've only been here for 2 years. Be Good's menu mix, I had named a few of those categories, sandwiches, warm bowls, salads, and burgers. Burgers were made up about 40% of our menu at the time. There was always this phrase, we've all heard it in our society of, if it's not broke, why, don't fix it. And I think we looked at it coming into the new year with a totally different lens and approach where, just because it's not broke doesn't mean that something can't be even better. We looked at our product. It was, it was great, but it wasn't hyper local enough. So around December, we started to look around, and really right when we met Walden, we'll talk a lot about our values and you've probably already heard some overlap just in the company overviews, but we're very similar. Our mission statement, our values, what we stand for, our commitment to community, and Walden just being from, New Jersey up to Maine, us being from the same region of New England, it made too much sense to go with such a great product, but also such a great partnership here in Greater New England. So it was one of those things, like a relationship. You meet the right person and you just kind of know right off the bat. And this is what that felt like. And we all just rallied behind it. And we've been testing it since February for 3 months. And then we did the national launch in April, and it's in every location now going forward. So the feedback's been great. Now burgers make up 50% of our menu. So it's been very well received. And yeah, we've kind of just been continuing that way.
That's great. So Nancy, I don't know if you want to share a little bit from your perspective about the partnership, and maybe tell us a little bit more about the grass-fed ground beef product that is getting served up at Be Good now.
Absolutely. So, reaching back to talk to the team of how did the partnership come to life? And, it's a great story. I mean, Chris and team reached in, as you said, late last year, early January, into our customer service number. And Vince, who really has been a key part of this from the Walden side, he pursued it and he said, I've never seen a team so passionate and, really focused and persevering to make a partnership like this happen. And so, he was thrilled. We rallied, we found the shared values and, two companies that have missions that align. We said, this is perfect, as Chris said. So from late last year or January to testing and now launch, shows the shared commitment and shows how much we value Be Good's commitment and, sense of community and giving back and being from this area, and the same for us. So we've been really, really happy. We did, a lot of the launch activities, amazing. We have selfies, we have social media, we have members that are writing into our customer service team saying, I can't believe that you're being served in Be Good. This is amazing. We love that place. It's the only burger we're going to eat. I have to send all this to you, Chris. So just a lot of momentum, a lot of excitement, and again, feels like such a good partnership. And it is the very best, beef that you can have. It's local. It's from the region. It's not from far, far away from another land somewhere around the world. And it is, from beginning all the way to having it on your table. It's delicious. It's better for you. And it's, it is a reflection of that mission-driven, very local commitment that makes the food great. And for us to support our community through this partnership is very rewarding and fulfilling for our whole team. So it's been a highlight so far. Everyone said, what are we doing with Be Good after the launch? I was like, I'll call Chris. Let's see what else we can do. A lot of opportunity.
There's a lot of ideas floating around. It's exciting. There's more to come.
Oh, that's excellent.
Definitely.
So how does it, Nancy, I don't know if you've done anything similar to this, or is this kind of a new thing? It just seems like if your business is primarily about, packaging up and delivering to small little households, obviously Be Good restaurant is putting out a lot more burgers than even I put out when our teenage son gets hungry for him here at home. The volume, was it easy or a big pivot for y'all to offer this?
So this has been a fantastic, complement to the core share and membership program that we have. That would be a share delivered to your door. We have done some limited wholesale or limited, volume that's not delivered to folks' homes, but not at this scale. So we have had some partnerships with a couple schools. We do provide the same grass-fed beef to Brandeis University as an example, but very, very nascent. We're in a couple places with some of our products in small gourmet stores in the region or in the area, but not a partnership at this scale. And this provides so much visibility and additional brand awareness for Walden Local. And again, the communities just love that we're partnered together. Not a heavy lift though, David. We have one of the things that we're proud of is we actually use the entire animal. We have a whole animal program. So that which is sold through our share program is also balanced with ground beef that is part of of a cattle. And to be able to utilize all parts of an animal for different different consumers, different eating occasions, and be able to do that where there's no waste is also part of what we're proud of. But it's not hard for us to provide that volume. And this is really the first time branded and at this scale that we have this type of partnership.
Great. Chris, I know you touched upon your values a little earlier as a company. You want to elaborate? I was poking around your website beforehand. I saw that long list of things you don't put in your products. I don't want to just, I've heard this synergy of values a lot. Maybe just saying a little bit about more what that looks like for Be Good.
Yeah, you nailed it, David. And I think the values really, and it really does start with our menu. It's clean eating. It's the foods that we all love, but in a very clean, healthy format. And that's what Be Good's all about. And the no-no list, we call it the no-no list. It's like a little child, poking fun at it in the way that we just talk about it. And we have very high standards. You think like the Whole Foods of fast food. I mean, we're a fast casual format, but there is a list of over 50 items and ingredients, no preservatives, no dyes, and a lot of times it's really hard to find products that fit in that format. I can talk to some of our food suppliers. It is a challenge. One of the nice things with Walden is, we talk directly to them. There was no third-party medium. We just figured it out, but also it made sense because the product was so well aligned with our no-no list. It just came right off the shelf, for lack of better terms. So, our no-no list is something that is kind of our Bible, if you will. It's our playbook. If it doesn't meet all of those standards, we don't sell it in any of our restaurants. If we run out of a product, we don't just simply go to a store and buy it because we can't stand behind it. So we'll mark that product out of inventory for a while if it happens. So, and that has happened to us several times with our chicken and et cetera. Going back to, just the partnership and what Be Good always has stood for since 2004, there's a big laundry list, and Nancy can speak to this probably even better than I can, but when a lot of groups tout local, I think local spans, according to FDA regulations, is up to 120 or up to even maybe 250 miles from a location. Whereas in this regard, I mean, some of the restaurants are so close to some of the farms, you're talking a few miles in proximity. So I always tout that Be Good's not local like what other people write as local. It's hyper local. It's as local as you can get. It's how do we get as local as we can be with every single product we're selling, especially a big staple, a big menu category like burgers. So that's probably our biggest value, is that hyper local theme.
Great. Nancy, you looked like you were going to jump in with a follow-up to that.
Yeah, I would love to add to what Chris said. For why does Walden exist? Our mission is making local work. And Chris, you touched on a lot of what that is, but with 30,000 very passionate members, those are our households who, order from Walden month on month or, week on week. To them, local is supporting smaller businesses and farmers. We have a network of over 75 partner farmers that we work with, and they're not from lands far away. They're from the area. It is high quality, better for you, premium, great tasting. And it's also making our local, food ecosystem work. So that umbrella of making local work, committed to where we were born, really harkens back to Walden with Thoreau, et cetera. It's very meaningful for our members. And for those that have not yet tried Walden Local, when they hear that there's something to local and hyper local that Chris talks about, which is very meaningful and makes Walden Local and our food very, very different. And it's also about where we donate, donating to the Greater Food Bank of Boston, Greater Boston Food Bank. It is where we donate our meat. It is where we volunteer. It is where we're, present in the community. So local is a big umbrella word, but it's very meaningful. I think, as you hear about Be Good and Walden Local, and we're proud of that. And you have a lot of proud Waldeneers, but that mission of we're making local work is very meaningful and extremely rewarding for all of us.
Right. One thing I've been thinking about in this conversation, and I didn't say this up front, but some of our listeners are going to only be able to grab one of these burgers when they're visiting, maybe flying through Logan, because we do have a national audience. So thinking a little bit about, probably this is most actionable for somebody listening who's in New England who can, partake in one of your burgers regularly at Be Good. But, in terms of folks listening other parts of the country, sort of lessons or inspiration they might take from this partnership specifically, or both your companies. I mean, I'm just thinking, definitely it does. I mean, I think a lot of single restaurants, where you're paying, north of hundreds of dollars for dinner, say farm to table. Chris, it does strike me as fairly unique for a, as you call it, a fast casual company to have that hyper local focus. But I'd love to hear both of you opine about sort of takeaways or inspiration you hope maybe some other folks that care about local food elsewhere might take from this.
Nancy, would you like to start?
Oh, I was going to let you go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. So I think, on that piece, Be Good is all about, what I like to always say, and we say it is be good to other people, be good to your bodies, be good to yourself, be good to each other. And I know I say other people, but also to each other in every interaction. And that's what's like really, truly special about Be Good. And I think this type of product that we're serving now really delivers on all of that. Just one thing I do want to mention is what I enjoy most about the burgers with Walden. I'm an athlete. I play soccer. I love running. When you eat this burger, it's the only burger I've ever eaten that I can run 3 miles after and say, I'm still good. And I've never done that in my life. Usually I eat a burger and I want to go sit on the couch. So, it's true. It's true. So, and I'm speaking from true experience, the honest truth. I just did it last week. It was great. And, we take a lot of pride in our food. Our teams are amazing. We make everything, all of our burgers, we hand press, actually. We actually press it out 4.5 ounces. We're going for a thicker, high quality product. How do we keep our price point where it is? I think you were kind of touching on that subject, David.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, this burger could easily go for a sit-down restaurant. You would see a Walden beef burger at $18. Easy. Right. We have a farmhouse burger on our menu. It's our number one. It's caramelized onions, bacon, our own Be Good sauce on top. It's sensational. But what we've done with Walden is, again, by hand pressing them in house, we've gotten the price down, but also it's a testament of, how we view food as well. And I think, where I'm at with not going out to fine dining restaurants is we called 2023 the year of the burger. When people come in, we want to make sure that we're giving them value for money. And that was something that not a lot of people see in today's day and age. So we took a little bit of hit on the food cost, but in the grand scheme of things, the number of people that are coming out and showing support to Be Good and to Walden Local, really just recaptures that difference, that it's really a great partnership, and our community has spoken, but they are very excited and happy. And one last thing I'll mention is just what Nancy mentioned is just for all the feedback that I haven't heard on her side, I'm hearing the same on our side. The most inspirational thing is we actually had similar customer bases from her direct, to consumer households. Now those people who want to go out to eat, they're joining us at a Be Good restaurant, and vice versa. Be Good restaurant customers are ordering the Walden Food Share program. So it's truly special. It's a great community and a great opportunity to build 2 local companies.
Yeah, it sounds like great synergy. Yeah, Nancy, let's hear from you on this.
And David, if I could add to that, I think, as you think about just lessons, no matter where you live in the country, there is a lot of nostalgia on, we're doing food, Be Good and Walden Local, we're doing food the way food and meat was from long ago, right? It was from your neighborhood. It's the farm and small farmer down the street. It is that vegetable CSA, that fresh produce. And they may cost more, but I think about not price, I really think about what is the value add for someone eating our food? What is the value add in terms of health, the local food system that you are supporting, the community that you're in, farmers, for example, that you may be paying above living wage? That's value. We're adding value to our members and to the community. So to the extent that, we all have shopped and will continue to shop in large format stores, but if there is a way that any and all of us, no matter where we live in the country, can find that local, it's the local bookstore, it is the small fresh farmers market, vegetable and fruit person that you see every weekend. It could be, a local, fast casual that may not be as big as Be Good, but there's a founder, there's an owner that's really proud and serves great food. If we can support local economies that way and support food the way it was originally intended, and we know that animals were treated well, and there's a wonderful flow in the food ecosystem, then we're all doing just a little bit in each of our local communities, just a little bit better every day, no matter where we're from.
Hey, that's great. I think I could almost end with that, but I do want to wrap by giving you both a chance, maybe any final thoughts, maybe something I didn't cover in my questions, and maybe in that last clip before we say goodbye, if you want to also just kind of let folks know who are listening where to find you, where to find you on the web or on social, so people can track down your burgers and more soon. So when do you want to wrap?
I'll start only because Nancy, you just finished, so I don't might be recovering from that one. So I just wanted to take it away and say one point of clarification that came to mind was our airport locations are not currently on the Walden beef. They will be live in the next couple months. There were some supply chain challenges of getting things into an airport, security and stuff like that. Okay. But expect to see it very soon. So I do want to let everyone know that if you go to the airport tomorrow, it won't be in there just yet. But I just want to say thank you. I think thank you to Walden. Thank you to Nancy. Thank you to the team. Thank you to our customers and all of our teams out there. Our community comes in our teams come in every single day. They know your names, they know what you order, they know your favorites, and they take so much pride in what they do and what they serve, that, we're just humbled and honored to be able to serve the communities here in New England. So I can't say thank you enough. I know I speak for everyone here and our amazing teams in that regard. And I'll end on that note and then hand it over to Nancy.
Great.
Chris, thank you so much. Everyone at Walden Local is so thankful for the outreach and for us, meeting each other and creating an amazing partnership. Your team is fantastic, awesome, so much passion. And so, there's a lot of energy every day. We talk about Be Good daily, believe it or not, and then some, and we're thinking of all those future opportunities. I want to thank the Walden Local team and all of our passionate members. Again, more than 30,000 people who've decided to join our share program, and we're growing and wanting to continue to bring more of our wonderful food to more households and people. So as Chris said, we're really honored and feel very fulfilled about what we do, how we do it, and that we do meat and animal protein and food just very differently. And it's an honor to be able to do that. You cannot go all the way around the country to get Walden Local, but in our region, you can visit waldenlocalmeat.com, check us out, and we have recipes. You could try our program, and just share in a little bit of the mission that we have. Thank you.
Great. Well, it's great. It's a wonderful partnership. Glad to hear more about it. It definitely aligns well with our audience, kind of interested in cooking local food, or in this case, letting somebody else cook it for you occasionally. I'd like to cook, but I do every once in a while like a night off, and I know one's coming soon. I'll be getting a burger at Be Good and probably a couple for my teenage son.
There you go.
Well, it's
Looking forward to it.
Pleasure having both of you. And
Thank you, David.
we
Thank you for
will
having us.
sign off.